GG's The Mouthful Podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.Tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.
Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 172 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
GG!
Yay!
What is that? What the hell is that? What
GG.
the hell?
Damn.
I
Do
have
we need
been
to crank
taken.
you up? Do we need to crank you up?
No. First of all, I am tired and bloodshot because I've been playing all the time. But and now I gotta take this time to record this podcast when I could be playing the
Oh my god.
I know the feeling, but
I know.
perhaps perhaps not as much as him. Those voices, of course. First off, the excited one is Mr. Chaos Reaper, aka Gilberto. What is up, sir?
Not much, my friend. Just back here again. Sorry I missed last week, but last week was kind of rough.
Oh, it's okay. We heard you. You didn't sound too well.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I finally feel
plague.
better today. Even the last my days off, like my body was aching and shit. Like, no.
Oh, wow. Well, you sound better now.
Thank you.
Uh,
I feel much better.
Good. I'm glad to hear. That other voice, of course, that's sounding, for whatever reason, a little down in the dumps is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Chaos Reaper. What is up, sir?
Just kidding, guys. I'm happy.
Wait. Stop. What did you say again?
Which part?
Said AKA Chaos Reaper.
I did? I thought I said Dream Twister.
I thought you said sir. We're gonna have to check the archive.
Okay,
Listeners,
Yeah.
if
All right.
you're
So that voice that you hear that's not sounding so down anymore is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister.
how can I be if we're in the middle of a take and suddenly we hear cut?
Stop the camera. Stop the camera. What happened here?
Pull the plug. Let's redo this.
All right, people, let's take it from the top. From
Take
the
it from the
top.
positions.
Oh no, we're
Position.
continuing. We're
Chaos
continuing
Reaper,
where it's
and-
going. We are continuing from where it's going.
Hell yeah.
We will read the tape later to see who was right or who was wrong.
All right.
Chances are he was right because I get things wrong sometimes.
Well,
I mean, I could be imagining shit too.
It's possible.
true.
It's possible. Guys, if this is your first time listening, please first go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group. Great group of people. Also, if you're listening to this on a podcast service of your choice, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast as well. What we normally do, first off, is we go into what we've been up to, move on to various news items, and then finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic: stop blaming games.
God,
Please and
That's
thank
American.
you.
For the love of all that's precious, stop blaming games.
for reals.
If you're unaware, first off, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the horrific acts that happened over the weekend in El Paso and
Ohio, right?
in Ohio. Yep.
Yeah.
Two, senseless acts of violence. Of course, guns were involved again, and not that in any way I'm saying against gun control or anything, or against or for gun control, but I think we can all agree that the problem is in games. So,
Most
but of
certainly
course,
not.
that got brought up and it became a thing once again. And so we'll go a little more into that later on in the show. But needless to say, none of us are happy with that particular blame that wanted to happen, towards gaming, because God forbid video games become,
Jesus.
the scapegoat for yeah, exactly.
Always. But we'll more on that later.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's start the show first off with what we have been up to. This week, we're going to start with Mr. Gilberto.
Yes, I have 2 whole weeks to recap, and honestly, it's really, really short. Regardless,
Buckle up.
I honestly, games wise, I've been playing the same. I'm still trying to finish Final Fantasy XIV's expansion, which it's amazing. Still love it. Super dark.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
It's just for a world that's literally flooded by light.
Mm.
It's super dark. All right, they got like kids dying and turning into monsters and shit. I'm telling you, it's wow. But I like it. The way they're doing it, it's very well done. I'm really enjoying it. Been playing Apex Legends because I did get the battle pass. I'm to like level 40 something.
Is this still the first battle pass, right?
This is the second one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one people complained because the skins weren't really great and the rewards weren't really great. Here they're a lot better. They added loading screens, which when you go to choose it, they have like information of the character that's on that loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a little paragraph of information. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Um, they added.
I was
They
gonna say
have,
the added loading screen doesn't sound very nice.
no. You can because they always had the same screenshot every time you
Right.
go into a game.
So they have
So now-
different like BIOS and shit when they're loading.
Well, when it's loading, it won't give you the information. It's only when you're choosing it.
Oh, okay, got you.
Oh,
Right.
That's
And
cool.
then you can choose. You can change the battle music.
Oh,
Um. Yeah, I don't exactly know for sure at what point that takes place, but whatever. It's because I don't know if it's when you're just waiting on the lobby, but again I haven't really paid much attention. But
if you're the jump master, then you're the music master too.
wait, you can't have both jobs.
it
What the hell?
could be when
Hey.
you're jumping out that music that plays that could very well be the music that I'm changing. But
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
Maybe they're selling you that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I unlocked they have a skin for the character Caustic, which is one of my favorite characters. It's called Prince or Darkness. It's edgy as fuck. There's like skulls and everything, and it looks marvelous. And I love this skin. So
That's your
at least they
Reaper.
got one skin like super right.
That's your Reaper cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his Reaper version of Caustic.
So I remember when I was playing as Caustic, and I never understood. I mean, I didn't play as much obviously as you do, but like I never got his game style. I always thought that he was just a bigger hitbox.
You're an asshole.
Oh god.
You want to know what it
That
did to?
too.
You want to know what it did to a group?
What?
I was in this little house, right? Literally one room house, and I was hiding, and they all came in looking for me, right? I had set traps on one of the doors, so they came in, and the gas explodes. I run out and put traps in both doors in front of them, so they can't get out. So now they're getting slowly dying. I'm just gassing them out. I'm just outside, and they're in there, and I kill all three of them.
This is starting to sound very dark.
It is.
I'm
Like I
afraid.
I was
said,
gonna
you're an
say-
asshole.
Oh, like I'm gonna say, yeah, this sounds
Yeah,
pretty chaos
it is.
Reaper-ish.
And
Is that
problem- the
you're
problem
an
is-
asshole? And I'm
Yeah.
an asshole. That too, but we're talking about Caustic here.
the problem is that it also affects your teammates. It doesn't take health, but you get slowed down and your vision gets blurry.
Oh,
So
okay.
in a team fight, you could very well kill your teammates by putting your poison wrong.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You can't just go willy-nilly with it. So it usually works better when you're communicating with your team, with your
I-
with teammates.
Has it always been like that, or was that
Oh.
a tweak that they did?
Always. That has always happened with him.
Nice.
Yeah. I've also been playing Monster Hunter World.
I seen that.
Oh, okay.
I did go back to, the hunting,
Wait, the expansion's
playing.
not out yet, right?
Huh? No,
The
no.
expansion's
But
not
I'm
out.
getting ready.
Okay.
Right now, if you have Monster Hunter World and you want to get the expansion, I highly recommend you get back into it right now because they have a lot of events, limited events. They have them all available right now. There's one called the Great Jagras, which, if you do it correctly, you can get 30 decorations. Of course, they're random, but you can get 30 decorations, which gives you an immense shot at getting the best decorations in the game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, one of the rarest decorations is the attack gem, the attack jewel. I have 4 of them now,
Damn.
which is what I need, because a lot of the builds require 4, 3, and I use great swords and dual blades, so I definitely need them.
Mm-hmm.
And
They give
yeah,
you buffs?
The dual blades you're definitely gonna need them. Hell yeah.
yeah.
I never liked
Really, dude?
Yeah.
It is so much fun. I got a tenderizer jewel, which for like the critical. Oh wait, is that? I can't remember what it's a tenderizer jewel, but it's one of the rarer jewels as well.
Mhm.
And you can get a lot of good stuff right now. I just
That-
got this. I think this week they have the harvest armor set, the layered armor, which looks awesome. You can also get the Valhazak layered armor by doing the arch tempered. If you okay, have you guys ever fought a tempered monster?
No, I wasn't there for that.
No, me neither.
Okay, so it's an elder dragon usually with well, there's more because I think the Rathalos also have tempered. They have when you pick the mission, it looks like a purple aura around it, and the monster is stronger and has more health. The sometimes the behavior changes.
Yes, actually, I think I do remember that. Yep, I do remember doing. I don't remember who it was, but yes, they act different.
You have
They
to
get a
do
little bit more aggressive.
yeah, you have to
Yeah.
do a tempered caring for the game, for the main story, for you to go to like from level 50 to like 80 or some shit.
Mhm.
And one of the last missions too, and that dude one shot at me.
Well, down.
Now there's an arch tempered version of those monsters, which has an orange aura around it in the mission select, and these things are basically impossible.
Oh shit.
Sounds amazing.
Dude,
sounds like exactly what I want to do, but no.
I mean, Valhazak will one shot you.
Oh
Arts,
no.
yeah, like there's some moves you have to get ready for them to a level that it's you got to get a build, you got to get certain jewels, you got to get this. I like it because I've always done that kind of shit in games.
Mhm.
I always look for builds to like improve my my damage and shit. I've done in Warframe and whatever other games I found, but you got to be dedicated to it. So I've been doing it. I've actually got my full build for the greatsword,
Okay.
which I've managed to hit for 1,000 damage in one hit. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Like when you get it done, because when you're starting out to do the build, you're gonna struggle because you don't have the damage to kill these things.
Mhm.
But when you get it done and suddenly you're just like smacking them in the face and they get stunned or they drop on the ground because you did so much damage, it is so satisfying. So I've been really into that, and I've been playing Overwatch here and there because why not? There's nothing happening in Overwatch, but every now and then, if I really want to piss me off, if I just want to piss myself off, like really, I just go to Overwatch.
You don't
Oh,
wanna
and
get
I've been playing
rusty.
Mortal Kombat 11 still.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Nightwolf got released, I think. Today?
Oh, Nightwolf. Wow. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Forgot about
Nightwolf got released today, which I gotta make sure I download it because I have the combat pack because Spawn is coming one of these fucking days.
You're super excited about that.
I'm actually pissed at this moment because it's taken so long. It's been like a month. Like it's been like a month and a half. They've only released 2 of the characters,
it. Mhm.
and they haven't set any date for Spawn or Cindo. And just to fuck with me, I know they're gonna release Spawn last, which I really hope they don't. But yeah,
That's how they do it. Yep.
there's not even a teaser trailer for him. The only thing we know is that he's confirmed, and we saw his name in one of the trailers. That's it.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there you go. It's happening now.
Yes, but I've been playing Mortal Kombat, and some people are pretty toxic. But some of these players, if you start, I try, when I'm picking my character, like, hey, how you doing? Good luck on the match, and then we start fighting, and usually they don't say anything, but sometimes they'll put on the mic and we'll actually talk throughout the match, and it's
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun. but it's really hard to play rank because people are like extremely sweaty. They're always using like the god tier characters and shit. Like they're trying
Yeah.
so hard and like, why can't you use a character you like?
Maybe
Because
they
that's
like,
not for rank.
yeah, maybe they like the god tier.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but when you fight like 3, 4 Aaron Blacks back to back to back, there's not that many Aaron Blacks fan. Okay, there's definitely not.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Really? So Aaron Black, one of the favorites, one of the
It-
strongest characters?
Yeah, there was a recent patch where a few characters that were top tier got nerfed.
Uh,
Garrus got nerfed. Aaron Black got slightly nerfed. Scorpion got nerfed.
yeah.
I'm not sure if Sonya did. Thank God they
I
left
heard-
Sub-Zero alone, so I don't have to switch anything about my playstyle to keep fighting.
I think I did hear about Sonya being nerfed. Yeah. So
Yeah. And I heard Sub-Zero.
She deserved
I mean, not Sub-Zero, Scorpion.
Yeah,
And
Scorpion.
people
is
be very happy about it.
Honestly, they made one change. His teleport is now a high, not a mid. Okay,
Okay.
what that
Okay.
means is that you can literally just
Block.
duck and
Uh-huh.
he'll miss,
Yeah. Yeah.
giving you a chance to respond. That is a big nerf.
Yeah, that's true.
that is, yeah, substantial.
Because
I haven't
That
played the game,
teleport, that teleport
Yeah.
was what made him so strong.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't played the game, but I remember characters like I used in. Well, I'm going back here, but Mortal Kombat 2, for instance.
Oh, that was my
Man,
first combat.
Melina was like the ultimate cheese character. You know what I mean? And this is back before they make these adjustments. So
Yeah, there
I
was no
can-
way to adjust that cartridge.
correct, yeah. So I can definitely see them. Like if that game came out today, I can see them obviously nerfing Melina, or at least adjusting her where her hit would come in, because man, it wasn't unfair, or rather it was unfair. You know what I mean? So
Well,
Yeah.
the problem is that it took them so long to roll out this patch. Like for so long, Garrus was broken. He had a combo, which I don't know if it was in the corner or anywhere in the screen, that he could reach up to 65% damage.
Wow, one combo. Just you start with that, you already won the fight. Almost.
And-
Yeah.
yeah, man. You like what do you? I would just stand there like, bro, just finish me off.
not even gonna fight back.
I'm not even gonna fight back. Okay,
I'm not
done.
gonna do a Daigo comeback on this one.
So I did fight one. I fought a Garrus and I actually beat him. And I was so angry that they were using a Garrus. I was like, get the fuck out of here with this god tier character of yours. Because
Wow.
he's cheap. He's cheap as hell.
I put that game, not by accident, but I kind of wanted to have something playing in the background while I was playing something, and I forgot how beautiful that game looked. That game looks gorgeous.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, this new one. It
Yeah.
looks, the graphics are very crisp. It does have HDR. Dude, it looks amazing.
You wanna know what I learned? That's very interesting.
What?
Why fighting games tend to look so much better than any other game?
Why is that?
Because you only have one stage and these two
Yeah.
characters.
I was gonna
That's
say
true.
it's
Yeah.
not a big game. Yeah.
You don't have a sprawling city or a sprawling, mountains and shit, nothing. It's just this.
Yeah.
So they can go crazy with details. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see Spawn because he has so many details. I want to know what they're gonna do with his cape. I want to know what they're gonna do with his chains, with his powers. I can't wait.
To see his rubber nipples.
Oh damn.
No rubber nipples. This is not Schumacher's Batman.
Okay. Just making sure.
No bad nipples. And, you know who's voicing him though? That this I did here.
Wow.
Jamie Foxx. No. Yeah.
God, listen.
Jamie Foxx.
I knew that was gonna upset him.
I'm not even sure how that is gonna work out. Okay.
Was that guy something Godfrey?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Godfrey.
That would be
guys-
amazing.
You guys suck. Keith
He's like, I'm done.
freaking David.
Keith David, nice.
Fuck yes!
Yes, that's a great sir. Hold on, I have to show because I don't know if Santos knows who Keith David is. He'll probably recognize it by face though, so I'm
No.
gonna bring it up right here.
Yeah.
He voiced them in the animated series. Have you seen Spawn's animated series
I believe I
don't-
did. The one that was, yeah, I would hit
on HBO, and it
Oh,
was
shit, yeah.
extremely graphic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, he is so good.
got a good
Oh,
voice. Too.
Wait,
Dude.
he is in that.
He's been in a lot of games.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he the voice of Marcus Phoenix?
Market?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, look.
I know he was. I know he was in the Call of Duty game.
Gears of War.
That's
Marcus, the protagonist,
oh.
Oh.
the do rag guy.
I know
Isn't
who
that
you're
him?
talking about, but let me take a look. See, Gears of War.
Who played Skip Davis? Or is it? It's not. It's not the Master Chief.
No, John DiMaggio voices Phoenix.
Oh,
Somebody-
that's true. Yeah, Joe DiMaggio. Yeah. He was there. I know I've seen.
I'm
I know
sure.
I've seen
I'm
play-
sure he
He
voiced
was
like
the Arbiter in Halo 2.
There you go. Thank you. We're done
Okay.
here. Thank you.
He
That's
was
it.
Captain
That's it.
David Anderson in Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
He-
captain. Yes, he was. Yes.
He was the gang leader of the Third Street Saint in Saints Row.
Okay.
I never played that one, so
Dude, he's been in so
Been in
many things.
he's been
I-
in
I-
other films too. Yeah, he's been all.
Yeah, I know that he was in Call of Duty too, like the Modern Warfare series. He was in those games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't remember which sergeant or captain he fucking played.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, Sergeant
Price.
Foley. There you go, Sergeant Foley in Modern Warfare 2.
There you go.
There you go.
Sure.
Wait, he was in Coraline? What is this? Is that a movie?
That's a movie.
Oh yeah, he was the cat.
Okay.
This dude, I'm telling you. But if you haven't seen Spawn animated series, I just watch one episode,
I have.
listen to his voice and how perfect it fits.
Mhm.
All right.
So I'm really
Agreed.
hyped about that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and I did watch watching before I forget and like 30 minutes later come up with it.
Thank you.
I did. I watched an anime on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Which one?
Oh my god, that first word always gets me. Give me Kanigan.
Hold on, let me look.
Galgun?
No.
Galgun?
Kengan.
They made a
Kengan Ashura. Ashura. Whatever.
Ashura?
It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Kengan Ashura. Okay.
Yes. It's kind of like in the same vein of Baki. It's a fighting like focused anime. You know, they have
Oh, I've seen the trailer for it.
players
Yes.
between
Mhm.
big people. Okay, they're not as big as Baki though. Like everybody's like strong and like muscly and like super tight, but Baki went a little overboard with the sizes.
Uh-huh.
And there's no 2D animation. It's strictly 3D with the whole anime look.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I liked it. For what it was, there are some things that are absolutely ridiculous. I believe that anime has a giant problem depicting either homosexual or black characters.
Yeah.
But it's I liked it. The fights were really good. They were pretty interesting. Some of the characters were like batshit insane. But I saw the first season. I started watching Hunter x Hunter, but I've only watched one episode, so I can't really say much of it.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
And
this is
some-
this is Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Netflix is going nuts with anime.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're doing it on purpose, but you know, because they want that God, what's the
Market?
yeah, that market.
Hmm?
Oh, somebody lent me a movie
Mhm.
called Blazing Saddle.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Oh, that's classic, brother. That's classic. That's a
Oh.
Mel Brooks. Mel
Yes.
Brooks. Oh, nice. Is this
So
your? You telling me this is your first time seeing this?
Yeah.
I left him speechless.
Dude,
But I've heard great things about it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. No,
Oh.
he brought it today finally.
Okay. So then, yes, watch it, enjoy, understand it is of its time.
I know.
So
I was
it-
told.
yeah, and especially some of the comedy is, let's just say they couldn't. This things they can't do today. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Exactly what he
it
told
can't
me.
get away. Yeah. So, but yes, it's awesome stuff. Good. Okay.
that's awesome.
So yeah, that's I believe that's all I've been doing.
Awesome. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for that, sir. Mr. David Santos.
Oh,
What-
hello. Well, I am going to. I'm gonna keep it short because unfortunately for the next few weeks this is gonna be a repeated story with me. But I started playing The Witcher 3, sir.
Yes! Oh
Unbelievable!
my God!
Unbelievable.
Yes!
That just means that he's never going to join a chat party.
It's
No,
absolutely true.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but
Oh, sure.
Now
He
you-
whatever you
could be
guys.
writing. He could be writing for 30 minutes from one set of them after the other. Like, bro, I'm doing a story here.
Let me tell you. Uh, first of all, you guys know that I was playing what's in the Fire Emblem, right? And it was all right. I was having a relatively good time with it, but something like like something was off. I think I have finally hit the point where I can't do those JRPG-ish kind of games anymore, and I'm a little concerned because I used to enjoy them quite a lot.
Sorry, but I found that out as soon as I got a job, and I couldn't grind until I was super high level.
Well, let me tell you what it is. So I have this super fantastical, crazy nonsense story of, the school church military thing that I'm going, that when I'm supposed to be a professor, that I'm teaching these kids to go to war. It makes no sense, but
typical
it's
anime.
fine. Your
Typical anime.
Exactly.
Listen,
And then
Hunter X Hunter, the character's like 12 years old, and he's going to be a hunter.
they,
Wow.
there you go. And on this one, I'm a professor, but somehow I can romance any of the students if I wanted to. So,
Oh, that's very ethical.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Very anime.
Very anime.
But like I was getting, it was kind of corny. It was a very extremely corny. And on top of that, like I'll tell you, like I was telling you last time, I was having issues with the game not running that great on the Switch, and this and that. So I was getting tired of it. And I knew that I wasn't gonna finish it, which is a shame because the battles are the fun part on it. And I've heard that the game is actually really good, and at some point it might open up, and but I decided to take a break of it, and I didn't want to go straight into Judgment because I can wait on that one. So I was like, you know what, Netflix coming with the series. It's all around. We have Cyberpunk coming in a few months. Let's. This is the time. I have to actually get on The Witcher because I've played it. I've actually started it several times, but I never left White Orchard, which is the newbie area at the beginning, and I never progressed. That far. Mainly because it was taking forever to level up, and I would get tired, and I did not like the Geralt. Not that I didn't like Geralt, but something about his voice always I didn't like the Batman voice. You know what I'm talking about?
The Grizzly. The
Yeah.
Grizzle voice, yeah.
Yeah, the
Batman
crystal
voice.
extreme. The Batman voice when he's Batman went, I'm Batman. Sort of me.
I know.
that Batman voice. So
Where's Rachel? Where is she?
There is
Oh my
nothing,
God.
nothing you can do. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Christian Bale, we love you.
I know, I'm totally love you. So I decided to, this is the time. Let's spend a few more minutes in White Orchard to see if I can get this thing going because I know that I enjoyed Witcher 2, but I had to play it at the right time, and I beat it, and I was hoping for this one to grab me. Holy shit, did it grab me, bro?
Finally,
It is.
Fucking balls.
justice has happened.
Did it grab like at this time I'm like, you know what, this is this is you have completely vindicated yourself, Ronaldo. Not that he wanted me to
Oh,
play from the get go, from
it's not
four
like he's
years
been
ago.
telling you for. Yeah, I was gonna say, like he's been telling you for years to play the
I know,
goddamn
I know.
thing.
And to be fair, I never said no. I'm not gonna play it. I always responded with what?
That's true. Yeah.
I'm gonna play
No,
it.
that is
I'm gonna
I'll
true.
play
get
it.
to it. I'll get to it. As years passed, I kept going. You're never gonna get to
You
You
it.
lost
know,
hope. Yeah, you said it many times. You lost all complete hope on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Same way that I'm losing hope you're ever gonna see Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. At some point.
Hey, this actually
At some
should give
point.
us hope that he will. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
did. It does. It does. You know what? It does.
Yeah.
He
And
still
well,
hasn't said he's never gonna see it, so it does
I
give me hope.
well, I might as well get it out of the way. I saw Pulp Fiction also,
Oh,
and
you
no, I
did?
did not. I did not. I
Oh,
did not. I
oh,
did not.
that-
Okay,
oh,
okay.
oh,
Listen,
it's
listen.
oh,
I've
man.
been pacing back and forth.
I
I
did not.
stopped dead on my tracks. Like, what the fuck did he just say?
No. Witcher. We're going back to Witcher. Going back to
Okay,
Witcher.
go back to Witcher.
All right. So, what can be said about this game that hasn't been already told?
Well,
Well,
4 years ago, what's that? So it's been 4 years. Refresh me.
okay. Wow. So, the the most keep in mind, I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2,
Mhm.
At all?
but no, I never like I don't care about cowboys, so I never
Oh, right, right.
never got my
You're
interest.
into pirates.
No, ninjas.
Oh, ninjas, whatever.
Yeah, fuck pirates. Uh, but I am this day. I'm so impressed with the level of quality, detail, and craftsmanship that this game has been done. That it has gotten me super stoked and excited for. Hey, this next cyberpunk. Like I can't wait to see that. That said, I do realize when Witcher 3 came out, it had its problems and it had its little bit of growing pains. So I'm kind of glad that I'm getting to experience it now that it has been completely ironed out, and is almost bug free. I say almost because yes, I might have encountered maybe a little thing here or there, maybe a sound bug, or a character glitch. But for the most part, the game is super smooth. It's solid 30. It never drops,
Really?
or never to the point where I where I
Notice
can
it?
perceive it. Yeah, where I can notice it. Solid 30 frames per second. Uh, the combat it's actually fun, and I'm not gonna say it's like super elaborate or anything like that. It's certainly not something like a I don't know, like a Dark Souls or a Sekiro or anything like that.
But it's
But
very engaging,
it
though.
works.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It's very engaging.
It is. It is. Especially because, uh, as Magdo had mentioned, this is not the Batman style of fighting,
hmm
where
The Warner
where they
Brothers, the
just
Warner Brothers spiral stating.
yeah, where they take their turns into hitting you. Yeah, I guess Shadow of
Shadow
Mordor
Mordor too.
is,
Yeah.
is also
Yeah, it had the
Warner
same
Brothers.
shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Which, to be fair, I really like that. I
Oh
really
yeah.
like that. I think I think it looks great. My character always looks like a total badass fighting, and yes, I totally I kind of and a little bit of me wishes that Witcher was actually that style. But I'm happy with what it is with what it is right now
I feel like
because
it will take away from the strategic. Uh, oh my god, I had the fucking word in my head. Forget it.
no, true. I know what you're saying. And to be fair, yes, and it wouldn't be the same if suddenly this was Shadow of Mordor, Witcher Shadow of Mordor, that type of gameplay.
Shadow
But
of Witcher.
Shadow of Witcher, oh, that sounds awesome. Uh,
Actually, that does sound pretty cool.
but say that said, I did always like that my character always because my character wouldn't be flailing his sword in the air like nonsense.
Mm.
If when you play Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, your character whose name eludes me right now because he was incredibly boring, but his fighting style when he was fighting and when he was sword fighting, he always looked cool because whenever his sword was either hitting or being blocked, it was always hitting or being blocked somehow. and it always looked a little bit more realistic than just like a maniac flailing his sword left and right, you know. But that's okay. I still managed to have my Witcher look cool in the process, uh, and and I'm impressed also with the craftsmanship of the side quests. There is no grinding in this game. I Nothing feels grindful. The Assassin's Creed Odyssey felt like a very grindy game. I don't think they ever got that balance right, or maybe they have it right with the experience doubler, but they were charging you for it, so that's
Eh,
not
that's
you know
bullshit.
yeah, they would charge you $10 for it. So no, $10 to fix the game, basically. No, thank you. With The Witcher, even though I mean, I gotta be like 20 hours in it, and I'm only level 10. Uh,
Oh
so
shit.
you level incredibly slow. Uh, but everything that you're doing is interesting, is engaging. There's always, even the most menial side quest has, it's a mini story, that you want to see through. I just had one, for example, where um I there was this guy wanted me to find his missing wife, and it was this guy living in this cottage, and he was with the wife's sister, and just the fact that she was inside the thing and he was outside, uh it makes you think like, oh, what's going on here, but nothing, the guy basically gives you a contract to find the wife. You always follow using your Batman detective skills, I guess, if we can call them that. You
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you get that.
footprints. Yeah.
You get the mission. You get the footprints, and then you're following or following the scent or investigating. Anyway, it makes it interesting. It makes it interesting, um, like a mini story. Like why why are why are there footprints here? What do you think there are footprints here? You're constantly trying to solve the mystery in your head, thinking you know what it is. Like in my case, I thought I knew what happened, and what ended up being the case was like completely out of what I was imagining, and it was really good. It was really cool. I'm like, wow, it was interesting when I finished that quest line, and you got multiple ways that you could actually finish it. Uh, I was very satisfied with my outcome, and I was curious to find out anybody else who had gone through that to see what was their experience, like what choices did they make? Because evidently their choices are even if they don't impact like the world directly, or at least not the secondary quest, they don't for the most part, but at least they they impact your experience. Like your outcome's gonna be completely different than
Hmm.
Agdog's outcome, for example, or your outcome. So that in itself makes it for a lot of interesting conversations, to have with people that have played the game. Anyway, it's a 4-year-old game already, but it plays like it was just like if it's the perfect game that was released yesterday, and that's how I'm treating it. Dude, I am waking up before going to work. I had to put at least 2 hours, so I'm waking up at like 6 in the morning because I don't go to work until 9:30. At 6 in the morning, I'm already awake, and the first thing I do is just go to the room, turn my PlayStation on, and put at least 2 hours on it. So I can have like my time, because my wife's at work by that time, and I still don't have to go to work or anything like that.
Tell them
So
about the first day. How long did you put in that first day?
so that first day, I played for 14 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
done that since I was a kid,
I was
probably.
gonna say, do you feel like a kid again? Did you feel like a kid again?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with me, and Mad Dog knows this. Uh, I I play a bunch of games, but I don't finish a lot of them because I get tired of them, I get bored, or I just put them to the side, and then I'm thinking, oh, I'll return to them, and then I never do. But when a game grabs me, I love it because suddenly I can't think of anything else, any other game. I don't care what's coming around the bench. I don't care of whatever game I already I have. It's like, no, I want to finish this game. I want to finish this story because not only the story is interesting, but I'm having a lot of fun with it also. I'm not grinding. It's not boring. So
Play for 14 hours. I guess it's not boring.
no,
Uh,
dude,
yeah, I know the
no,
feeling too.
non-stop. And what it was is I was supposed to actually go out uh, with my sister, but we ended up canceling it. I was like, well, I have the whole Sunday.
I'm feeling kind of sick.
No, 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 no. Although to be fair, I was not terribly upset of the cancellation because my wife was like busy already doing some other stuff, and I have this whole Sunday for myself. So, dude, from dusk to dawn, I was playing. I played
You
Witcher
mean
3.
from
And it was,
dawn till dusk, sir?
Wow.
From morning to
well,
night. Yeah.
I played overnight. That's
Oh,
what it was.
okay.
I didn't tell you that.
Oh, snap.
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no.
Fair
I
enough.
played from dusk to dawn, or from dawn to dusk, whatever. And I haven't felt that way since, dude, probably it got to be like Final Fantasy 7 or Metal Gear Solid 2 or
Nice.
something like that. You know, so it is really good. I should mention it also have the expansions, which I understand they're longish themselves and their own game. I intend to go through them. I intend to play this game through completion. So we'll find out. We'll find out. But
Nice.
because of that, I haven't actually done anything else. So, and
Wow.
for the next few weeks, I warn you, that's gonna be my story. It's
That's
gonna be
fun.
like, hey, so what have you done? Witcher 3. Back to you.
Back to you.
Back to you.
Oh man, sir. First off, I need to take a moment and say I am so happy that you're playing this game. I am extremely ecstatic. The fact he first of all, out of nowhere, I get a text and it's a picture of Geralt standing in front of some tree, and it says, "Dude, what is this thing that's on this tree?" And I'm just like, "Is he fucking playing The Witcher? He's fucking playing The Witcher." You know what I mean? And then I had to nonchalantly state, "Oh, that's just a honeycomb." But I was like dying to ask, but I didn't say it. I was like, no, because I don't want to suddenly scare him.
I don't want to make any sudden movements and then
Yes,
suddenly he
exactly.
flies
It's like,
away.
no, we're just gonna let this happen. We're gonna let this happen, right? And then he asked me a question, right? And you saw the text that came back to you.
Yes.
I was like, so, dude, I can't remember what it was. Like, do you have any hints or tips or something? Boom. Tremendo text went right back to him. Like, here you go, bro.
He wrote me a Prima. You remember the Prima books, the hint books? That's basically what he gave me in one text.
So I was like, here, just take
Wow.
this, use this, just proceed. No, what's the line of here? Take this. It's dark outside, or it's dangerous
Oh,
outside. Take this.
there you go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dangerous to go outside.
Oh
Take
my
this.
God. So because of that, uh, I first off, I have a hard copy, like a disc, of The Witcher 3, and I can't find it. For the life of me, I can't freaking find it. And I'm like, I know I lent to somebody. I have no clue. No clue where it went. I'm like, whoever it is, enjoy. You know what I was like? I don't know where it is. But the fact that he went back to it and then he's so excited about it, I literally rebought the digital version of
What?
the 3. Yes, the complete edition. It was on sale. For the record, it was only $15 for the whole game and all the expansions. So that's actually being downloaded right now to my console. I'm like ready to jump back into this with him. I don't know if I will. Right now, I'm going a little crazy, guys. I'm already playing Thronebreaker. I'm still playing Thronebreaker. That's really the only thing I've been playing. Is I'm continuing the Gwent single player game Thronebreaker, which is still freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But I did, excuse me, I did watch a lot of stuff. And while I won't bring it all up here, I'll stick to the good stuff here. I want to start off with Amazon Prime's
Mm.
The Boys.
Oh shit, you
Oh,
watched that.
thank you. Please tell me,
Oh,
is
wow.
it worth it?
I watched, let's just say, my wife and I watched this in one day. All
Really?
Saturday went to watching The Boys. Um, for the record, it is an excellent show. I was not gonna say this is the best show. It is definitely an excellent show. It is to warn Dream Twister because I know he's interested in it and I know how he is with certain things. It can be a little graphic.
It's
Okay.
super graphic.
Yeah, it can be. However,
Didn't I
uh,
tell you guys about the music video?
you did.
Yes.
Yes, you
You
did.
did.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
It can be a little graphic. However, I implore you, sir, to watch this because you have always wanted a story that had a Superman character who was not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is it. And let me tell
Yes.
you, it can be fearsome. You know what I mean? It can be
Yeah.
you fear for the other characters. You realize you're in a world where Superman is a little deranged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's not called Superman. I can't even remember his name now. Jesus Christ. Let me look it up. So what this is, for the record, it's very much meant to be sort of a riff on the Justice League. So much so, you have a character who's like Superman. You have a character who's
like
like
Flash?
Aquaman. You have a character who's like the Flash.
Yeah.
You have, let me see, character's name Homelander is that's his name, Homelander, and he is the
Okay.
Superman character, right? Then you have Queen Maeve, which would be the Wonder Woman character. Okay, also very powerful, just like Homelander. A Train, which is the fast one, right?
A-Train, that's what it's
A
called?
Train that's his name. Yeah. The Deep, which is the Aquaman
Yeah, I don't want
character.
to be.
You know what I mean? And then you have there's 5 of them, right?
It's not the worst superhero names I've ever heard since
they're
Generic
also,
Man.
they're also meant to be really on the nose. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, it's also
Right.
meant to be. This is meant. I don't want to say it's a spoof because it's definitely not like National Lampoon or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
it's definitely meant to point a finger at. So basically, this is a world where superheroes exist, and so much so that you have a company that helps them do everything it's almost like it's almost like
like a PR company.
like a PR company, yeah, and it does everything for them. They make money and all this stuff. So they enter there's 7. I think there's 7. They're called the 7 or something like that. So you have Translucent, which is this one guy he can become invisible. So basically, Invisible Man. However, he has other powers as well. My point is to say, the show is insane. It's absolutely from the first episode. It is like, whoa, this is definitely not Marvel, and this is and DC wishes it was this risky.
Yeah.
So, it is
Oops, sorry.
insane. It's insane. Dude, because, and I'm sure Chaos will feel the same way. When you think of a Superman character who can, like I said, he's not all there. Mentally he's not all there.
Without the
Yeah.
morals of Superman.
Something is off. It's not always clear at the beginning, but it is really, really well thought out. The music is actually really good as far as the series go. It's only 8 episodes, so it's not even that much of a time sink.
How long are the episodes?
They're an hour long
Oh,
episode.
okay.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Not that this should deter you anyway, but the momentum in the beginning kind of goes off a little bit towards the middle. Let's say the third. Jesus Christ. Let's say the 2/3 of the way it kind of gets a little bit, okay, whatever, and then you get the last third, which really starts to pick up back up in. So it
All
is
right,
really,
without spoiling it, does it slow down to just explain or set up more things?
a little bit, but it's on purpose. Like the information,
Right.
yeah, it's on purpose.
But it's not delivered clunkily or anything, right?
No, there are some clunky moments, of course, but nothing that would just throw you off. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's small, it's quick, it happens. But like I said, me and my wife sat there and watched it all on a Saturday. So we just kept watching, and we took a break. We had to go do something. We came back. We're like, okay, yeah, let's keep watching. We throw it right back on. I think we already 5 episodes in, and it was like 9:30, and we're like, might as well finish it. It's,
'Cause I went by it a couple of times this well what it's my weekend, and I was like, I'll watch it later.
just, if anything, just watch the first one. Right? It's an hour, just to see, just so you can know, because you will know from that 1 hour what you're getting into. And it is a little silly at some points, especially like I said, when you have this company who is like you said, basically the people who help with their marketing and all this stuff, and it's almost a little in your face. It's almost an attack towards Disney and the way Disney works with Marvel, And
Nice.
it's kind of, yeah, it's almost like, oh, okay, we kind of see what you're doing here, but yeah, it's definitely enjoyable, highly recommended, extremely rated R, extremely not for kids. Just
No.
FYI for anyone's listening who has kids, it is not for kids. This is not even for young adults. This is
Oh, this is hard R, right?
This is hard R, yeah.
yeah,
That's hard R.
well deserved though.
I
The
mean,
next thing
baby shooting beams is kind of intense.
yeah, the next one that I saw is actually on HBO, and it's called Widows. And this movie was excellent, for the record.
Really?
Yes, it's on HBO if you're interested. But what it basically is, the premise of the story is simple: a team of bank robbers, okay, or let's call them thieves because they didn't really rob a bank, but thieves, a team of thieves led by Liam Neeson,
Mm.
um, get caught up in something and they end up dying. Spoilers: this happens right at the beginning.
I
Um,
was
the
like, wow.
happens right at the beginning, literally. The title card hasn't even coming up, and this already happened. So, but it's also in the trailer. So the wives of this particular team are left holding, literally, or literally, let's say, holding the bag basically. So who they stole from comes after the wives, essentially, or comes after one of the wives who in this turn goes to the other ones to say, hey,
Hey.
I need help with doing something. This film is so freaking well shot. Okay. Have you heard the name Steve McQueen?
I haven't.
Yes.
So he is the director of the show. He is of the movie. Excuse me. He has got this awesome style of freaking of filming, which I absolutely love. So much is said with the camera, and I love stuff like that because you can, if you're not looking at, it, you're just gonna miss it. But it is amazing. More importantly, this ends up being sort of a, we can call it a woman's heist film, right?
Mm.
I saw Ocean's 8, and
Oof.
while Ocean's 8 was meant to be a little bit, not sillier, but a little fun and all that,
Lighter, yeah.
lighter, yeah. This proves to me why I don't need a women's version of something.
Mm.
Right.
This proves to me that you can make a women's like heist film and make
Uh-huh.
it make sense. This felt so real. Everything felt like it made so much sense.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And at no point did I feel that they were unprepared to do it, or maybe at beginning. But when they get to that point where they're actually doing what they need to do, it makes sense. Everything just felt real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While when you get these other films, it's like, I know what you're doing. I feel like you're just doing this just to have a female version of something, and
Yeah.
that's genuine, and that's why, one, the product suffers because it's not very good. You're not really thought things through. You're just putting things together, and two, it doesn't do well when it comes to money. So
Mm.
and that's how I felt about Ocean's 8. Wasn't a bad movie, but you can definitely tell it wasn't. It was half-assed. Also, the way I felt about Ghostbusters, when I was like,
Oh
it
God, yeah.
was really just not. And again, do something with them. Don't call it Ghostbusters. Call it something else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or anything like, do another whatever. And don't set it up for failure, because that sets it up for failure, and I feel sometimes that's what ends up happening. This was an excellent film. It stars Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez. These are some names you probably recognize. Liam Neeson, John Bernthal. A really, really good cast, really well done. Very realistic. Takes place in Chicago. Highly recommend. Like I said, if it's on HBO, if you have HBO, watch it. I've been waiting for it to
It's a
come out.
movie.
Yeah, it's a film.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely check it out. Um, the next thing I saw, guys, I don't know why I did this to myself, but I saw Jupiter Ascending.
Why?
Wow.
Why? Oh, I actually seen this movie. I watched that movie.
I
This
saw it
movie
too.
is absolute nonsensical crap. But I'll tell you why I watched it. Because it is brought to us by the Wachowskis, same
Yes.
makers of The Matrix, right? And I
Yeah.
already knew it was bad. I mean, Dream Twister can tell you that I knew it was bad just from the trailer.
Literally
But I
from the
was,
trailer.
yeah, but it was free. Obviously, it came. I think it was on, I don't know, Hulu or something. I was like, we threw it on to be
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah, I watched it because I was like, there's nothing else I want to watch at this moment. I want to commit to nothing. We had my wife and I had a long day. We threw it on. By the end of the film, I was like, this is so just nonsensical. I don't think it. And you know what? I don't know how anybody understood this film without subtitles, because I'm watching with subtitles and I'm going, if I didn't have these subtitles here, I have no clue what the hell they're saying. You know what I mean?
Really?
So yeah, because they're using these weird terms, and it's just like, and then they're not very clear about it. It's just, uh, no bueno, guys. It's just no bueno. No bueno at all. I'm not gonna spend much time on Jupiter Ascending, other than to say that I was right. I shouldn't watch it.
I got fooled by this movie because from the trailer I saw this thing and he said the first thing that they opened on that trailer was making sure that you knew, oh, this is from at what at that time was the Wachowski brothers,
Yeah.
and it has Mila Kunis and I don't remember who the hell else it was, if it was
It is
even
the game.
important, but
He's-
I did like the
He
spectacle. It
was
looked
a
cool.
big actor, wasn't he?
The what?
He is. The guy that's in that movie, he's a pretty big actor, right? Or somewhat.
Perhaps
Pretty
I
much.
just
Yeah, Channing
Well,
Tatum. But
There you
mm,
go.
yeah.
That dude.
yeah. I don't know too many actors. That's why I say I don't remember. But also, I don't remember much of the movie. The only thing I remember was just she was a janitor,
Yeah,
and
she
by
was
the end
yeah,
of the
a
movie,
cleaning lady. Yeah, she was a cleaning
she was
lady.
a cleaning lady, and by the end of the movie, she's like a queen or
A queen.
something. Yeah,
You wanna know why you don't? You wanna know why you don't remember? That's how forgettable that bullshit is.
that movie is forgettable, and that's why I have no qualms about spoiling it. It's because you guys should avoid this. This is terrible. This is a very bad movie.
That's the movie that you sit down and watch just to pick on it.
Well, I didn't know. See, I went. I think I saw this at the movie theater.
You
Actually,
did. You saw it with Veronica.
yes,
I think
did.
guys have mentioned that you were like very excited over it.
We were
Yeah.
super excited over it.
When you told me you were going that night,
Yes.
right? It was like we were at work or something. Like he came to me. He's like, "Dude, we're gonna go see whatever." I'm like, "Really? Why are you gonna go see that shit?" He was, he's like, "It's what do you mean? It has Mila Kunis
Oh,
and
God.
this and this and this and that."
The
And
Wachowskis.
it's the Wachowskis, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God, the trailer
Not-
alone had me like, nope,
Did you not see Matrix Reloaded?
sir, stop it. Stop it.
So you're gonna have to come see it with us now.
Yes, we're gonna go. Sidebar here, guys. Spoilers on a news item coming up soon. The
I think we
Matrix
brought
is
it on
getting
last year. I mean, last year.
released. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Last
Last
episode.
week. It's being re-released in the theaters, and I'm gonna go watch all three back to back. And yes, I'm dragging your two asses with me. Just so you know right now.
I commit to the
Alright.
first one.
Let me know when, so I can ask for the day off, or if you can make it, a Wednesday or something, that would be
Okay.
like ideal.
All right. Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna be
then we
soon.
can make that happen. Yeah. The last thing I watch, I can definitely recommend as well. It is critically, it's an okay film as far as critic goes. I enjoyed it because it just brought me right back to my youth. It's called Hot Summer Nights, and no, it's not a porn.
Wow.
Just saying.
Oh my
Just
god.
throwing that in there.
Maybe there's a porn version. I'm just saying because
I'm
everything
sure.
is porn. Rule
There's-
34.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's most certain with a name like that. There's most certainly.
So
Sure
you
it
can,
is. Yeah.
You can rule 34 everything. So
Oh, wow.
yes.
This is a movie takes place in the 90s, all right, and it's about this teenage kid who moves to Cape Cod, right, which is in the if I'm not mistaken, Cape Cod was Jersey or something like that. Anyway, the point is, he moves out there. He kind of looks like a kid, he's a skinny kid, whatever, and he befriends this almost James Dean looking guy. He ends up selling drugs basically with him, and he has this mastermind plan to do stuff. He ends up you know, getting with the wrong girl, and it's not like really sexual in that sense. It just reminds you a little bit of that innocence where just making out was a big thing. You know what I mean? Like that was like the
Yeah,
best thing in
yeah.
the world. You know what I mean? And it hit home, dude. It hit home because I was just like, I remember this, and it's again the music. Oh, the music. Don't even get started with the music, because
Yeah.
even though it takes place in the '90s. 80s music was huge at that point. So late
Of
80s
course.
music is playing mostly in that point. This is on Prime, so you can see it on Amazon Prime, and it's I want to watch it again. It's not to say it's a great film. It's a solid 7.5, 8. You know what I mean? Something like that.
It's a pretty good film.
Yeah, it is a pretty good film,
It's a good film.
and
It's a good film.
it's well shot. It's really cool. It's a really cool film, and I enjoyed it for what it was. Critically, I think it sits somewhere maybe like a 6. You know what I mean? But I guess it depends, how you feel about it. If it didn't hit you, it hit me because of when it took place and how it took place, and
Because it was very
and
relatable for you.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. I mean, when I was young, I've had my fair share of marijuana. You know what I mean? A lot of it, and I see it here and I laugh because I'm just like, that reminds me of this, or you know what I mean? And so yeah, so it's definitely goes. It's hot summer nights. I don't think you're going to recognize any of the young actors there, but they all did pretty well considering that most young actors don't do
Awesome.
very well. And that, gentleman, is all that I have been up to. And we're back, guys, and it is now time for the useless news that you can use.
Because there are no trailers.
Because, yeah, this freaking Hollywood took the week off. I don't know what happened there.
I know.
Not even Netflix has a trailer for Caswin now.
Fine.
Yeah, I know. Fine, Netflix. I love Netflix. I don't want to talk badly about Netflix right now. All right, so let's start with some news. I'm going to start with the first piece here. It's a quick one because I need to get it out there. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the latest game from Software, has sold 3.8 million units.
Holy crap. That is quadruple
Yes.
platinum.
Just over 3 months on the market. And the worldwide figure is sell in, not sell through. So, well, that's not so bad. So that figure is numbers sold to retailers, but that's okay. It's still a good number. I'm still proud of it.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
I mean, why don't they ever include the downloads? Because
They don't share it. The companies don't
Yeah.
share it. Yeah, they
don't wanna
should.
share that.
I'm sure
They
they would
should.
these numbers will be significantly higher, or probably even pass, because my understanding is that digital sales have generally surpassed physical sales,
Yeah.
which is why GameStop,
Nowadays, yeah.
that's why GameStop is literally crashing and burning right now.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
unfortunately for the employees there, that
certainly.
yeah. So, who wants to hear a movie pass news?
holy
That-
crap,
That
that's the
still
thing?
exists.
You wanna? You, let me take you aback. I'm back to the era of 2017, when a little company called MoviePass created what seemed to be the movie lover's dream come true.
Mhm.
For $10, subscribers could see one movie a day. Essentially up to 31 theater trips every month. But those dreams came out crashing hard, right? Reality sunk in, and of course, we finally realized, they finally realized that movie, that whole business scheme was unsustainable. Or
Yeah, I
did
was gonna
they?
say they discovered what we all knew all along.
Well,
Yeah.
they kept changing their
The model.
methods.
Kept
Yeah, the
trying.
model. They kept trying to see, and they kept losing and losing subscribers because, of course, it was starting to be very unreliable. Also, I don't appreciate receiving 4 or 5 emails a day. From them. So, so check this out. A report from Business Insider reveals that there was a crisis point in July 2018 when the company temporarily ran out of funds. MoviePass business model centered upon the company's paying for tickets used by its customer, reportedly leading to the decision to change the passwords on some of its heaviest users to stop using to stop using them from using the service.
Mm.
That is freaking insane.
Wow.
The side sources at MoviePass also stated that the CEO Mitch Lau uh, ordered that the hugely popular Mission Impossible Fallout should be removed from the service that month. MoviePass has not commented on the Business Insider story. So yeah, if you didn't catch it, basically, if you were a very heavy user of MoviePass, especially during that time around 2018, which I believe is when I acquired mine, uh, they will change your password so that you couldn't use the service anymore.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that
That's
is
ridiculous.
that is the alleged report, of what was happening. And I do remember hearing about that thing with Mission Impossible, but I always thought that it was the what the movie company. So I forgot who it was. The one in charge of Mission Impossible, Universal. I don't know, whoever it was,
Hmm.
had not allowed Movie Pass for some reason, but he knew. Anyway, Movie Pass still technically exists as a company. Uh, the
They're
app
just not letting anybody use it.
No, because the app stopped working last month.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, it is active. However, it's no longer accepting
Oh,
new
movie
subscribers.
pass. Movie pass.
The company's website currently states that it has been working hard to improve the groundbreaking subscription service to ensure it meets the vision that we have for it. That's what it says. MoviePass has also moved into movie production, signing a three movie deal with Bruce Willis at the end of 2018.
Oh,
Oh, Bruce Willis has really nothing
no.
else going on, does he?
They're
Is he
gonna
that
pay him.
bored?
They're gonna pay him in movie pass subscription, in trial passes. That's what it's gonna pay him.
Nice. Nice.
I would like to take this opportunity to mention real quick that there is a very brief YouTube video on College Humor's YouTube video website that has supposedly the CEO of MoviePass giving a PSA, about the changes of MoviePass and stuff like
It's
that.
hilarious.
It is kind of hilarious. Yes, it is stupid.
Did these people? How are these people? How do they have any money?
Well, so investors. That's really what it comes down to. I don't know what foolish company is still investing in these
I
fools,
was gonna say, like, who's
but
giving them money?
I mean,
So
it depends. It depends on the deal, right? If you make a deal, say, hey, if at this point we'll pay you this amount, regardless of what we have. You know what I mean? It could be one of those pyramid schemes, right? You borrow from this guy, and I'll pay you back. Then you borrow from the next guy, and I'll pay you back, and that guy gives you money, and then you pay back that first person. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I mean, let's be real.
it's a tax haven.
That's
Yeah.
People,
insane.
sometimes companies have too much money and they are on the upper tax bracket. So if they want to go below their tax bracket so they don't have to end up paying up the ass for taxes, they have to get rid of a little bit of money. A little bit could be like, a couple million maybe,
Yep.
and they'll be under the tax bracket, but it shows they have used their money for charity.
Exactly. Yeah.
'Cause
They
right now-
get a nice what is it? A tax break. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, they can
Alright.
use the tax break.
That they can-
Okay, so one of my few pieces of news is this is from GameSpot. It's Dev received thousands of hateful, threatening messages over Epic exclusivity deal.
Oh yeah.
This sounds batshit insane, but
Yes. That
Um,
shit needs to stop already. It's getting out of hand. It's
It is.
ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
this is okay. So the game is a creature collecting game called Ooblets, Ooblets,
Mhm.
right? And this is a quote from the dev. I think it's just a husband and wife, from what I read here. He says, "We really misjudged how angry so many people would be. This whole thing has just devastated us. We've been getting thousands, if not tens of thousands, of hateful, threatening messages across every possible platform nonstop. It's especially hurtful since we've had such a positive, supportive relationship with our audience throughout development." I mean,
Mhm.
okay. It goes on to say it gets worse. I have been crying nonstop for the last 2 days and feel like the world has collapsed around me. I couldn't get the scale of what it would feel like to be target of an internet hate mob. I already had a lot of empathy for other targets of previous hate mob, which is why we wanted to address this sort of thinking in our announcement. But I had no idea it was this bad.
Yeah.
Why? Why
Yeah.
is this a thing to? Why? Why?
Because
It's
O-
the
Okay.
internet, bro.
the internet,
No, 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 no. But
people are stupid. All right, because
exactly.
this is ridiculously stupid. This is worse than console wars. I mean,
This is
this
so much worse. This makes
this is
no goddamn sense.
no, dude, this is embarrassing for the entire PC community. Just a bunch of trolls that they don't like the ideas of having games, but which, by the way, most of them is not. All of them will not buy this game because it's not the type of game that this trolls will play, probably. But you know what? Probably generalizing. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, but I will call them trolls. I will call them, this thing idiotic because who cares? It's a fucking PC. You can you can load the thing with as many as, game stores, as you want. It's not gonna create an issue if you know how to use a PC, and take care of it. It's not gonna slow it down. Not that I'm advocating for having 20 stores. I'm not saying that. But shit, I can understand why they are choosing the developers are choosing the Epic Store, exclusivity, right? Not
They're
only they're
giving them
getting
better deals than Steam, right?
substantially. Yeah,
Hmm? Well, he's plugging back in.
I'm back.
He says
But
substantially and go.
And exponentially, the the revenue they get from
Epic.
putting the money from putting the game on the Epic Store, the revenue they get is substantial. It's like, what was it, 80, close to 90%, something like that.
It's
I forgot.
88. Yeah.
80.
The Epic Store keeps 12 and the
Uh-huh.
rest goes to them. 88.
Exactly. Versus
Well,
Steam, which
I was gonna
is
ask.
still like a
70-30.
70.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
It's
it's a big chunk.
bonkers. It makes sense. If you like a developer's game, you definitely want that game to make him money. Hello, if you want a
Of
sequel,
course. Or
So
if you want just improvement for the same goddamn game,
exactly. But these people don't see that. They just think Steam is the one, the one stop.
like the holy fucking grail.
They equate Steam as PC. PC game is Steam.
Oh,
And that is so much bullshit because
yeah.
that is the problem with having a monopoly. That's they don't understand that, dude. They're kids. They're idiots.
I
And
mean, tens of thousands, Dream.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's a
Ignorance is rampant.
It's yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. And not that in any way and please, guys, I am not in any way defending. However, they Ooblets, right? This is the maker of the game Ooblets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they they kind of fan the flames a little bit on their response.
Yeah.
Their initial response to, "Hey, why are you making this an exclusive for Epic Games," was very abrasive almost. You know what I mean? And so, not that they deserve this, because I'm not saying in any way they deserve it, but when you deal with the public on the internet, you have to be a little bit smarter than that and say, we always make fun of the stupid word salad commentary that a lot of businesses make. They do that on purpose. It has to be that way because it's like, hey, it giving you non-answers and stuff like that. They just, and again, that it's a problem though. It shouldn't be that way because what they were obviously not in trying to way insult any of the gamers. It's just bad. It's just a
What
bad.
were they saying? How did it?
I don't. I have to look it up. I don't recall what their immediate thing. But it was on Twitter, and it wasn't to this extent, but it was like, no, we're not going to change over. You guys just have to get over to Epic, and
Oh.
you know what I mean.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was,
I
yeah.
think what he said was, uh, there's a quote here that says, "Whenever I mention that we as random people happening to be making a game don't owe these other random people anything."
And they're
Yeah.
right. They're absolutely
They're
right.
right.
You
Yeah.
should them.
Yeah.
And, but it did kind of flame the fires a little bit.
Yeah.
And
But I mean,
again, not to
these
excuse it because
are
that does not
normal
excuse the
people
act.
though. It's
Yeah,
literally a
exactly.
husband and wife. They don't have that like public relations bullshit or anything.
Mhm.
And
It's
they
like
don't
what the
owe, they don't
like
owe them anything. It's like you don't have to buy this game. Then go over there, stay over in
Yeah.
Steam. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the best that they can do for their company itself, and that is a smart play. Not only are you going to
course.
get your 88%, you also get put on the Epic Game Store. They put that up for at least a good few days.
Yeah.
Do you think Steam does that? No, you're up
Nope.
for a fraction of a whatever, and
Mhm.
hopefully they saw your advertisement and now you're lost in the shuffle of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Epic Game
that's
Store's like,
if
no,
you get put there.
that exactly as if you even get up to that line. So when they play for exclusivity, this is what they're saying. This is you're going to give you this much. It's going to be on this store. You're already going to make after a certain point 88%, and on top of that, we're going to give you. I'm just throwing numbers at a week that we'll just
Right,
keep
right.
a banner up for you. You know what I mean?
Just
That
like an
banner
arbitrary.
put that shit in people's faces. And why wouldn't? What business would not want that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just
Of course.
makes absolute business sense to do that. And for the ones who, like you said, the ones that you can still get it. It's on fucking PC. You know, it's
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
it's not like
That's
it's for
the worst
Xbox.
part. It's like you
Yeah,
said.
you know
This is embarrassing because this is a non-issue.
Yeah.
You literally have to click maybe once or twice more.
Yeah, exactly.
You're complaining about clicks. What else are you complaining? Your space on your computer? Because how much space can the store actually take?
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Come on, man.
ridiculous. And in the end, it's also disgusting. I mean, realistic is what it is. But yeah.
You want to know
Hopefully,
why? Yeah, you're right. His answer did fan the flames, and like you said, they are right. But I would have responded the same way. And like, what is
as
your
anybody,
problem,
yeah.
guys?
Hey,
Like we
guys.
busted our ass making this game, and because we're putting it over here, you're gonna bitch about it. Like you don't have to buy anything new.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah.
You still got your PC. You're still gonna run it the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The Epic Store, I mean, it's 100% free to download.
Yeah,
Yep.
indeed.
yeah, exactly. It's not like there's a paywall behind it. Yeah, exactly. So it's
So
nonsensical.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately typical of a lot of stupid stuff that happens on the internet.
You know what? Also, not for nothing, but Epic, the Epic Store, gives you no reason to do this because Steam sure as hell doesn't do it. They give you 2 free games, kind of like a service, like PSN and Xbox Live, completely free. You're not signing up for anything. You're not signing up for anything, bro. You get two awesome games. Also, you don't get like trash.
right.
They're usually like games that, oh shit, I was gonna buy that at some point. I know I probably was waiting for it to go on a deal, but
It's
I
free
want to
here.
take it free
Yeah.
now. I
And it's
want to
not
use it now.
also not locked behind a paywall, meaning there's no
No.
subscription service. So if your subscription service lapse, like PlayStation Plus or games with Gold, you don't have those games available to you. Here,
Yeah,
that's not the case. They're just saying, here you go. Thanks for coming to Epic. Here you go.
It's
yeah.
You know
insane.
what I mean? I mean, come on now.
I think
It's just
I want to say one of the games this week or this month was For Honor.
nice. That's
You know, one of
that's
the
not a bad game too.
Drifter. Actually, I think Drifter is coming soon. It's like every week, actually, dude. It's not even every month. It's every week. You get a free
Wow.
game. So, and of course, I mean, they have
For
my
Honor.
money.
They do.
Hey,
They
For
do.
Honor, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
For Honor.
Whatevs.
For Honor is no joke now. It was a joke.
Trade it, played
now.
it, traded it in.
Yeah, but still,
I played the free version of it. I enjoyed it for what it was,
yeah.
but it has a community. You know what I mean? I mean, when it comes down to it, someone out there likes it. You know what I mean? Because they're still thriving, believe it or not.
I know. I was actually pretty surprised by that.
You know,
Unlike Anthem.
Yeah.
Oh well,
exactly.
that doesn't have a community. That still has like 8 people left.
Oh, to be honest with you, look at Xbox Live.
Mhm.
Dude, for the most part, Xbox Live free offerings every year, so they're a joke. They are a joke.
Really?
They
Dude,
have
you
been.
seen?
Yeah, I
They
mean,
have been.
They have been, but lately they've been a little better than Sony's. This last month, I guess, is a little better for
This-
Sony, but
this-
last month it was not very good. And then the month before that, I already owned the game, so I guess
I
I
mean,
can't hate on them.
how
But
many more great games can Sony put up for free?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely not getting on that. But I mean, if you look at the offer, and Xbox Games with Gold still is offering 4 games.
Mm.
Sony went from having 6 to 2. That's a huge
Yeah,
drop.
I don't count the
You're
Vita.
Still true, but there's still games, and I don't count them either.
Not if I don't
but-
own the Vita.
Yeah, I don't count them either. But games that came onto the Vita that were also crossplay PlayStation 4, I can get on PlayStation 4. So it was many months that I was getting 3 or 4 games.
Oh.
And you know what I mean? So, and yeah, they're smaller titles, your shooter or whatever like that, but a space shooter or something like that. But still,
Mhm.
that was another game that was getting for free. So,
Yeah.
all right, my next piece, Disney.
Okay.
Oh, Disney.
What did they buy now?
They, they bought
Sony.
China. Oh no, wait. During an earnings call this past Tuesday, Disney CEO Bob Iger announced a bundle of its 3 streaming services: ESPN Plus, the ad-supported version of Hulu, and the upcoming Disney Plus for $12.99 a month.
I
The
saw
bundle will be available immediately when Disney Plus launches on November 12th. Disney, of course, acquired a full operational control of Hulu back in May. Now,
that. I don't know. Sometimes.
I mean, honestly, no. Now I know. Now I'm looking at this. I'm going, yeah, I guess I have to get this. You know what I mean? I already have Hulu. So much stuff is coming off of Netflix and going to Disney Plus. Disney Plus is only $6.99. Now I can throw in freaking ESPN, and I'm still paying less than I'm paying for Netflix. Because I pay $15.99 for Netflix. I do the Ultra HD. So
Yeah, I'm actually gonna tell my wife to, because she's the one that pays Hulu. So I'm gonna tell her to cancel it and pick up this Disney Plus stuff. Because
I mean, there's just no reason not to. You know what I mean?
right. There's absolutely no reason not to. If you have Hulu, fucking
Yeah.
get Disney Plus.
Why not? Yeah. The entire library of Disney stuff is coming. The entire library. Think about that for a second. Disney's been around for decades. The entire library of Disney is coming available for Disney Plus. Can't wait to see what they have. I hope they don't do the Nintendo thing, which is here's a couple of games that that no one fucking plays, but hey, it's anyway, right here, take this. No, they're supposed, and on top of that, they're also bringing original content to it. So, yeah, I think they just earned my business right here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, as soon as I saw that news, I was scrolling and I was like, well, this is happening.
Yep, it sure is.
I
Oh, and
saw it.
ESPN on top of that, I get a little of my football at least for half of the year.
There you go. I
That's
don't
the
care
part.
for that,
That's the
but,
part.
hey,
Yeah,
that
that's
is literally just like the cherry on top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mr. Dream Twister, what's your next piece, sir?
my next piece. Death Stranding.
Oh God.
You guys have been waiting for this one.
Oh Lord, that got oof. Take me.
Death Stranding no longer listed as a PS4 exclusive on the official site.
Interesting.
Oh,
It's just
what?
smells like more money for Kojima.
Is that right?
It does.
But is it Sony like banking this, pretty much bankrolling this? I don't know.
That could very well mean that they were okay with it.
I mean,
so,
they could be okay with it. It is some Sony first party titles that have come that way, so it's possible.
yeah.
It's not like they're worried about their competition right now. Boom.
Well, there is no competition because we're not talking about ever coming to Xbox or anything like that. So, Death Stranding may be about to get confirmed for PC.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry, Xbox.
Yeah, sorry, Xbox. I know, right? My bad.
My bad.
The official PS4 exclusive page of the Australian PlayStation page has seen a curious update spotted by Reset Era or Reset Era. Kojima's Death Stranding appears to have been removed from the list, according to a Wayback Machine. The list included Death Stranding as recently as May 31st. This sudden change may be strange, but it's not entirely surprising. Uh, the game recently rev- uh, the game's recently revealed official cover art does not feature the only on PlayStation branding standard to all PS4 exclusives. In fact, since the moment Kojima Productions announced its partnership with Sony, Death Stranding has always been referred to as a console exclusive, which essentially means PC is fair game.
Yeah.
Despite, yeah,
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Despite this, the game was never formally announced for PC, but everyone assumed it'll end up on PC at some point. Uh, Landing on Sony's PS4 exclusive page may have been an error to begin with, uh, but the timing of this discovery could indicate that they're getting close to an official reveal on the PC version. That'll be exciting. That'll be great if they do a real proper PC port. If not, I'm getting
All
a
right,
PlayStation because
right.
why not?
I was gonna say like I hope they do that port, justice and do that shit right. Don't
Yep.
just hand that off to some third party like amateur. Well, not
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. And it ends up being like, lock
Batman.
frames and oh god.
See, perfect. Batman.
That's it.
Batman
Yeah,
was
Batman.
the
That's all you have to
absolute
say.
worst port that I've ever read about.
Yeah, that Batman. Oh yeah,
I
Batman.
think
That
it
was
didn't even run, did it?
the what?
I think it didn't even it barely ran. Like
He
the
had a
Batman.
lot of issues. He had a
Yeah.
lot of issues from the get-go to the point where the developers just gave up, or maybe Warner Brothers told them to give up. Whatever it was the case, they were like, "Nope, we're not gonna patch it. We're just gonna take it off the market and ask for a refund. You have 2 days to ask for a refund."
Wow, that's dirty.
Yeah.
That's really dirty.
That's actually more than 2 days, but
Gotta
apparently,
hope
It,
so.
it might as well have been 2 days.
yeah,
Two
yeah,
and a half. Okay.
yeah.
All right, so for my next piece, I don't know if I'll have another one after this, but tentatively my last one. Gears of War 5 has gone gold.
Oh,
I can
All right.
almost I can
Honestly,
almost hear Sparrow going like, meh.
yeah, yeah. He's. I was
hey,
gonna ask you guys too. What is your excitement level for
I'm excited.
Gears?
I am super excited. I am super excited. I like
Super
four.
excited?
Huh?
You would actually say super excited?
Well, I mean, I'm not. It's not cyberpunk, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
no.
But it is definitely a day. It's
it's not
definitely a day
Keanu
one.
Reeves in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I played Gears of War 4, and I was not disappointed with it. I thought it was a fine game. I thought it was actually a great game. That PC port was amazingly handled, like phenomenally handled. So I have very high hopes for Gears of War 5. I honestly do not understand, and Spyro could actually enlighten me. I just didn't want to say anything when he posted that because I don't want him to think that that I hate on him because I love that guy, you know.
So you're gonna
Uh,
say it here.
but I'm gonna say it here. I don't understand what is the hate that the game is receiving. Like if it is like I'm hoping it's not what I think it is
I
because
don't
it'll be
think it's.
ridiculous.
I mean, personally, I don't think it's hate. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't have an Xbox. I do have a PC, but I'm not gonna play Gears. I don't have a connection to Gears. What I have is I'm an outsider looking in, and everything that I have seen from E3, everything going coming up to this point, nothing has in a phrase blown my skirt up. You know, it's like nothing has got me going, oh, then this is something I'm gonna miss out on. You know what I mean? No, it just, and not to say it's bad. It's just I haven't seen anything that I haven't even seen gameplay.
Because
Has anybody seen
exactly,
gameplay?
but that's the point.
Yeah,
They haven't shown
yeah.
anything.
So I'm saying, so that's why I can say, in defense to Sparrow Wolf's take on it, there hasn't been anything. Not to say that there won't be, but if you look at just looking at it from today, knowing when it comes out, nothing. Nothing has been other than the fact that a game is coming out for Gears, a sequel. Other than that, you don't have anything else. So
I, I
I can't blame anybody for not having excitement.
I would like to be excited, but as I have pointed out before, Although I haven't checked again because why? I haven't played any Gears. Right, I played Gears of War 1 a little bit, and then once I noticed that Gears of War 2 and 3 were not on the Xbox Store on PC, but 1 and 4 is, I was like, well,
Yeah.
fuck you very much. If you're gonna cut my story like that, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and I feel like one was more like experiment. It was just to see, hey,
Does
let's see
this
how
work?
this works, and then because we're working on the Gears of War 4, and we just need to have to see if we can actually make this work proper.
And
And
it's
it
funny
did.
because it's something that I would play.
Oh yeah.
It drew my attention. I remember I played a little bit from the first one like years ago and saw on a friend's house we were playing multiplayer, and then I got like
Sawed in half.
yeah, I got sawed off in half by this
Yeah.
machine gun, and I was just left wondering what the hell just happened. I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing, and the cover and the running and everything. It felt really cool. But
Yeah.
again, how are you gonna cut my story from 1 to 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you sure as hell not gonna get an Xbox to play them because
No.
that shit came out on 360. Now, if they did a proper uh
Remaster?
remaster, of it, if they brought 2 and 3 suddenly, will that spike your interest?
I would if they brought it to PC, I would go through those games.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I would yeah,
those games were very well made.
I would
I
definitely go through those games. But
that the reason the reason I say is they have done 4 games of this, and where
actually,
everybody else seems, well, they have made more than that, true,
yeah,
because they did that Judgment. Yeah, thank
and
you.
that's where Sparrow's what is
Yeah,
it? Lack of
Judgment.
trust, lack of excitement, I think
Mhm.
comes from is
But
as
see,
Judgment really ruined it for him.
yeah, but they brought it back though with 4. Like, listen, I'm not gonna say the story of 4 was like blow me away phenomenal, but I'm not honestly on that type of that game, and Halo is another one of those games that I don't. The story is not about the story being like riveting. It's about having fun and feeling like a badass playing. And those 2 games have so far done it very well, with the exception of Judgment, which was unnecessary. But so was Gears of War Ascension. They came out.
All right, let me ask you guys a quick question here.
Mhm.
And if you guys think this could be a hot topic at some point, we can just table it. But do you think that some of these franchises that keep going on for way too long, do you guys think that they should just like cut it and just start a new IP?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Halo,
mean,
for example, that's
mhm.
gone a little too far, and people are like, we don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
Why
and
not?
and not just that. I mean, they're like, for instance, I enjoyed Uncharted 4,
Right.
but I can definitely say that by the end of Uncharted 4, I was like, yeah, this needs to take, this needs to go into the back burner. Maybe you come back later on in a whatever, but it's just like, all right, it's enough. Not that they're coming out all the time, because they weren't really coming all the time, but
Or not.
still, you know what I mean. It's just like, all right, it's enough. And yeah, I can definitely see that for something that's. I mean, think about it. Halo what was the first Halo?
The first Xbox. I think it was like a launch.
Oh, I'll try it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and at some point you just get, and it had its spin-offs and all this other stuff. So I can definitely see it. Got to the point where, again, I'm not an Xbox person, so I'm not in any way try to put down Xbox. Or anything. But when I got to the Xbox press conferences in E3, I was like, Halo, more Halo. Nothing about it. It's like, oh man, they really need to get something new, get something fresh. And so yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I don't know if it needs to be a hot topic, but I can definitely agree with that.
Because the other side of the question is either you end a franchise and start a new IP, or do you find ways to revitalize a franchise, which usually what happens with that, because that's what companies tend to do. Um, they tend to stray too far from the formula that made the original games great.
Yep. Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
Of course, there are some long-standing franchises that they don't necessarily suffer from this, but it's because of the nature of the franchise, like Zelda and Final Fantasy.
True. I can definitely say about Zelda that they Miyamoto's good at sort of reinventing the wheel when it comes to that. That team, I don't know if it's just him, but that team is very good at it. The each major chapter is so different from the last. The story may be the same, but the mechanics, how it looks, the visual style, that's what keeps it fresh. You can't say that about Halo. Halo still looks like Halo. Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
better as far as graphic wise goes, but it's still the same Halo. It's not suddenly a cell shaded Master Chief. You know what I mean? So
Oh
yeah,
God.
That would be awkward.
and I'm not. Yeah,
Also, we
I was
don't
gonna
need
say
that, just like we didn't need Associated Zelda.
the
Thank you.
the whatever. Wind Waker
Wait,
was
wait,
actually
wait. I don't. I'm not a fan of Wind Waker. I'm not.
uh,
I didn't care for it, but I am very well aware that it's very well loved
it is
and that it was
way
a
better.
very good game. Yeah, I've heard people
Well,
that say it's an amazing game.
Yeah,
So you can't really knock on it, considering the love there is for it.
well, I get you. So is Fortnite.
Oh God,
wow.
I hate. Stop. Shut
Yeah.
up.
I'm just
Stop,
saying
stop,
it's
stop,
it's
stop,
it's.
All right, let me say this again. There are a lot of sensible people who love
Oh,
Wind Waker.
okay.
Oh
Now
damn!
we're gonna segregate. Okay, got you. I see. All right.
Right?
Wow. All right.
And the other example I gave was Final Fantasy, which every game from one to another, it tends to differ greatly because they're always trying like this
Yeah.
really wild ideas.
Each one is like a reboot when it's within itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's actually pretty interesting, and I do enjoy those. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. That's well, yeah, I didn't find anything else interesting, honestly.
No problem, sir. I got a twofer, which will make your third one for you. How about that?
Awesome.
Uh, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo
Oh, oh.
agreed to disclose loot box
Oh,
odds.
God.
Loot boxes have been a source of controversy in recent years. They offer gamers a way to snag virtual items, but because the rewards are typically randomized, the players can buy them with real money. They've been called as a form of gambling, essentially. Uh, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo have agreed to disclose the odds of obtaining these highly sought after gear inside loot boxes. They require all publishers of upcoming PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch games to reveal the chances. Some publishers do so already, and several others have agreed to make the disclosures in their forthcoming titles. Those who have already signed up include Activision Blizzard, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Bungie, EA, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Wizards of the Coast, and Warner Brothers. The initiative doesn't extend to other platforms, with PC being the major omission. Still, you can probably expect some publishers to disclose loot boxes there as well. Uh, that's the first part of it. Anybody have anything to comment on that first part before I move on to the second one?
Well, I'm glad to hear that actually this is a small step that the companies are taking towards towards I wouldn't say battling head on loot boxes because I don't feel like battling head on is justifying their existence, but we're going to disclose the odds. That certainly makes it a little bit more fair, maybe a little bit less attractive. I'm afraid that not a lot of people are going to pay attention to those. They'll probably try to find ways to obfuscate that information, because at the end of the day, I mean, loot boxes are the biggest revenue of most of these companies in the first place, right? So
Billions. Companies are
yeah.
making
Yeah.
billions on loot boxes. Yep.
I have my own thoughts. I'm just waiting for Dream to finish.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
it's pretty much that. It's pretty much.
Okay.
I'm happy they do it. It's better than nothing.
I think it's a PR
Okay.
stunt.
Just
So
I think,
you
I
think it's a
think it's
PR
a
stunt?
PR stunt. It's just smoke and mirrors to something that people don't care for. This is the way I see it.
So I can agree with that. However, I believe before I get to the next part here, because the next part is actually what I think will happen slowly. I agree that this is a PR stunt. Okay, when you look at all the companies who are jumping on board, it's like, okay, really? Do you guys all sit in a room and just suddenly decide this? And it's like, no, obviously they're looking for the goodwill of gamers at this point. So I get it. Obviously they're going to, regardless of what anybody thinks, I'm pretty sure whatever the tables are that they have, the calculation tables that they have, it's a one in, I don't know, 10,000. It's gonna suddenly become one in 2,500. You know, what I mean, they're gonna adjust it just so it looks, favorable. Um, However, the main reason, and this is what I wanted to bring up, the second part. This is what I think it can lead to. And not that I'm, a huge supporter of Epic, but it's an interesting thought. Rocket League is ditching randomized loot boxes.
Yes,
See,
I saw that.
that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Exactly. Publishers will soon have to disclose the likelihood of players claiming rare items in loot boxes in their console games following an agreement with the three parties I mentioned. Psyonix, however, had already revealed the odds of Rocket League players getting an ultra rare black market item. However, it's getting rid of those paid randomized loot crates. Instead, you'll get to see exactly which item you're buying in advance as Psyonix follows the lead of parent company Epic Games. Earlier this year, Epic also nixed the blind loot boxes in Fortnite's Save the World mode. Psyonix will still offer its paid Rocket Pass premium, DLC cars, and eShop items as normal. However, the loot boxes will go away. So this is what I think can come out of this. And the fact that, Epic is obviously attempting to lead the way in everything at this point, right? They're trying to say, hey, we're trying to make a better gaming world for everybody. And so now we're taking out the loot boxes from a huge game. Rocket League is still a huge game.
Yeah.
And
And
that
Fortnite,
is,
goddamn.
and yeah, and if it's Fortnite Save the World. I don't know if they've done that
I
with
guess it's not
Battle.
as big.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but still, it's still something that if one company's doing this, it can force other ones to say, you know what, maybe
Could
we'll have
create
to
like
just
a snowball effect.
a snowball effect. Maybe it won't be the big ones, but I can definitely see a time where loot boxes will be a minimal issue. Maybe
Yeah.
not gone altogether, but minimal issue. And I think this is the first steps to it.
Okay. To finish what I was trying to say,
Oh, I'm sorry, I
the
didn't
thing
mean to
is,
interrupt.
no, that's fine. The thing is, you guys know I work in a casino.
Yes.
Everybody and their grandmother knows the odds are against you.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
think
actually
people
booked.
care?
No, not at all.
No. People still go. People still play, hoping that they're gonna win. Just because you say that you have 7, because I think Apex gives you the odds. And I
Mhm.
think you get like a 7.5 chance percent of percent chance whatever of getting the legendary items.
Mhm.
Do you think people care?
No, not at all.
Of course not.
Uh,
So just because
Plus,
you're
it's
saying
for
that,
the fun. Yeah.
right, that's why I say that this is just a PR stunt, it's just smoke and mirrors. This is like a fake step forward. All right?
Yeah.
Because people are
can
still
see
not
that.
going to keep. People are like, oh, I have a 7.5. Okay, so I'm just gonna buy like so many loot boxes and bam, I'm gonna get it.
Now I know
Or how-
exactly how many loot boxes I need to buy in order to probably get it. The
Already.
odds are 3,720 to
Fucking
1.
fine.
3,000 for what game?
That's C3PO's quote.
Oh,
Oh. Nice.
damn, people
It's like
actually memorize C3PO's lines.
yeah,
Maybe.
I didn't memorize it. Apparently there is one. So name is Dream Twister. And sir, those are my last pieces. Dream Twister. What
I'm
you
gonna
got?
close. I'm gonna close with this one. This is kind of sad to hear, but Annapurna Interactive's parent company seeking bankruptcy.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Who are these people?
Oh. Annapurna is a production company. They do movies and more recently video games.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Through Annapurna Interactive has a bevy of award-winning games under its belt, including Donut County, Florence, Gorogoa, and What Remains of Edith Finch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, out of all of those, I've only heard of one.
Yeah, I heard of three at least. I heard of Gorogoa, Florence actually. I think that's the one my wife played. Was it
The which one?
Florence?
Florence, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dono County, I played. It was hilarious. It was actually really good. And what remains of it? Also, I heard all of them. Anyway, the publisher's parent company seems to be in a bit of financial bind. The Hollywood Reporter reports Annapurna Pictures, the film production company best known for its popular hits like 2013's Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix, the
Oh wow,
2014,
really?
yeah, that
Mhm.
was him. 2014's Foxcatcher, starring Steve Carell, and that was another one. I forgot which one it was. Has retained a law firm to explore bankruptcy protection. According to the Hollywood Report, Annapurna Pictures could no longer sustain the bleeding of money from lackluster box office performers such as 2016 black comedy thriller The Bad Batch,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
star,
what that is.
starring Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. 2017's crime drama Detroit, starring John Boyega, and 2019's animated adventure Missing Link, starring Hugh Jackman.
Oh my
And
God.
Yeah, I remember
Seriously?
that one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And an Annapurna spokesperson told the Hollywood Report that the company is in negotiation to restructure its deals with the banks, but are dedicated to Annapurna's future. The company, founded in 2011 by the daughter of Oracle Corporation co-founder Larry Ellison, uh, has several has several arms under what has several arms under its umbrella, including prolific indie publisher Annapurna Interactive. Company founder Megan Ellison, following the Hollywood Report, sent a note to her staff saying, "Restructuring deals with financial institutions is not uncommon, but the truth is that we, on Annapurna Pictures, are well in our continued path towards success." She said that giving the sense of security is paramount to her and the company as a whole. And then the quote says, "I believe in what we make and have no intention of stopping anytime soon." Then she wrote, and then continue. "We have a lot of exciting things on the horizon, and I have no doubt that all of our hard work will continue to show Annapurna's unique and powerful place in this industry." So,
That
uh,
sounds sad.
not sure how that will affect their the gaming division. Obviously, they have had some good titles there. Also, I know, Mad Dog, you're a big a fan of some of their works, some of the
Yes.
filmographies.
Actually, looking at their list, and I'm realizing I do have a lot of them. You are also too. You played Ashen, and Ashen is
Actually,
a
that's true.
yeah, that is a Annapurna joint.
I
Uh,
really like that game.
yeah, a very recent. I think this is an Xbox exclusive, or at least Xbox and PC. The Outer Wilds. That's that a lot of people have been raving about. That's
Yep.
also an Annapurna game. Donut County, Gorogoa, which is a puzzle game.
Goragoa. Yeah.
Gorogoa, yeah. And then what remains of Edith Finch, which is probably of those lists I'm looking at, is probably their best game that I've played.
Yep.
Yeah, it's it happens unfortunately, but hopefully they can survive
Yeah.
this. They also brought believe it or not, Journey and Flower to PC and to iOS.
Wow.
So
Yep.
yeah,
That
or
is
I
good.
hope I hope they manage to to get through this rough
Yeah.
patch.
Yeah. If it's a restructuring and they can get, I mean, we don't want to see them disappear because
Oh,
they're obviously
not
very
at all.
talented people over there.
yeah, no, definitely.
And that is all I have today, sir.
Great. All right, guys, stick with us, and we'll be right back with our hot topic.
Hot topic.
And we're back, guys, and it is time for the hot topic of the week.
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
I
That's what
tried.
I'm talking about. Our hot topic this week, guys. Once again, stop blaming games.
For reals.
Really reals, yo. So obviously, as we mentioned earlier, there was, of course, two tragedies in the U.S. First in El Paso, Texas, and then, of course, in Ohio. Um, Mass shootings, and of course, politicians stepped in and immediately needed to get a scapegoat, and of course mentioned video games being a not completely but primary source of aggression and violence and all this stuff. And of course, that lit up GG Group
Oh yes.
at that group because it was like, wait a minute, mofos, that is not the case. So we're just gonna. I mean, the truth is, I think my anger has subsided a little bit. I literally, when I got this information, I posted the hot topic on a Monday because I was
Yeah,
like,
that hot topic went up so fast.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, we're doing this. And of course, I send it to my fellow co-hosts here and to say, guys, if you want to do this, we'll do it. But we don't have to do it. But I want to do this, damn it. And of course, my anger has kind of subsided a little because, of course, after some time, you realize I'm not gonna freaking do anything. You know what I mean? It's not even about. But let's start. With first your reactions to it. I guess we can start with. We'll start with Chaos. Chaos because why not?
Right.
Your reactions to the news, what happened,
I laughed.
and then of course, the
Well, no,
what,
not to what happened, but
I was like, let me
I'm
finish
so
first.
sorry. Yeah,
before-
yeah. Let me just shut up here.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what was your reactions to the news, of course, and then of course the,
Okay.
politician's statement.
I am
Pointing out
sorry
the-
to say that I wasn't even shocked that it happened.
The
It's been the shootings.
the shootings
At this
happening
point,
again.
it's so commonplace
Mm,
for it to happen that it was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I was sad and to a point, shocked. Like, I can't believe this happened. Not that I can't believe this happened. Like, I can't believe it
Again.
happened again.
Again, yeah,
I can't
yeah.
believe that to this day we're still going through this
yeah.
again. And last year and the year before, how many mass shootings have there been?
Oh, I can
Dude,
look it up for you now. Go ahead, keep talking, and I'll look it up.
And then I did not know about the Ohio one. I found out about that one later on.
Yeah, I found out that one very late too.
Yeah. But then obviously the first influx of news, like he's mentally ill. Obviously, they're always mentally ill.
Mm.
And let's ban guns. And then I run into a particular post,
Mm.
and I see our number 45, as my godmother loves to call him, saying that he wants to crack down on. Well, to be fair, he didn't point it only video games. He did say violent media, and then he proceeded to mention video games.
Mm.
And I laughed. I'm like, why? Like, in what head does that fit? Like, how many countries in the world have? Hell, let's take Puerto Rico for instance,
Mm.
right? Which, let's be honest, crime is pretty bad.
Really bad, yeah.
Pretty bad. There are no school shootings there though. There's no mass shootings though.
Mass shooting. I was going to say that the
But-
differentiator is mass shootings, and the common thing is the shootings of, I think it's 4 or more people in one act is considered a mass shooting. And so, yes, there's crime, and there's crime all over the world. I mean, we're not gonna,
Right,
at that
Of course.
point, yeah,
It's not saying that nowhere is like a safe haven or anything.
correct, exactly.
Mm.
But then you go to look at Japan, look at China. These places are like riddled with video games.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the mass shootings there?
I-
So why use video games as a scapegoat? Obviously, it's all about money.
Mm.
And quickly people mentioned the NRA, and I saw someone saying that like, oh, but why the NRA? They're the ones that train people this and that. Like, they're also one of the biggest lobbyists for politicians.
Mm.
Yeah,
A
they are
lot of their
true.
money, a lot of their money, they're so dependent on the sales of guns. Obviously, they don't want to, banning guns. To be honest, I don't want guns banned either.
No.
No, I just believe that a stricter policy on the trading of whether it's privately or commercially of guns should be like, and I'm talking strict policies
Mm.
of this should be enforced because right now you can go to a gun show and just buy a gun.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. Why use the because at this point it's not new. This has been going on since what?
Dude, since Columbine, I would say. Honestly, remember when the Columbine massacre happened so many years ago? The first thing, the first point that they try to point fingers at was, well, they play Doom. Well, Doom is a
They
game
play
about shooting. It's a violent game. You know, this kids were just listening to rock and roll, to heavy metal and playing Doom, and that is what warped their mind. And crap like that. It's always looking for a way looking outward, looking to blame something there. I'm not gonna say. Listen, some of the violence of video games, it's legit. Some of the violence in movies and in media are legit. We're just talking about The Boys. I want to
right.
watch that series, but there's only so much violence that I could take before I go into, you know what, this is too much. This is just, this is not even entertaining anymore. This is glorifying violence for the sake of it, and it's no longer creative. So, but I'm not gonna put the blame on well, the video games. Did it. The people play video games. The people watch violent movies. Uh, because you know what? There is a bigger problem that you mentioned, chaos, in this country, which is how easy it is to obtain weapons and how easy and how easy to glorify the use of them. And that is the stricter problem. That is the problem that the country has compared to other countries in the world. Dude, I went to Cuba this year. All right, I could not. There's no place I have ever felt safer in my life than walking at night in Cuba. You know why?
Why?
Because no one's allowed to have guns, and crimes are punishable very heavily there. And I'm not saying, hey, don't get me
We
wrong.
should do that, right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should live in that militarized kind of situation, but I'm just giving you an example of uh, it's not the video games. It's not.
It's
It's
clearly
not.
not. Yeah. So let's look at some statistics, right? This is coming off of some information that's online. You can look this up on your own. So obviously you want to say, or they want to point to the country, U.S. having, the mass shooter problem is linked to video games. So right now, well, not right now. This is as of August 3rd. The let's just say
Mm.
the U.S. has had 249 mass shootings since August 3rd. That's and that's for all of 2019.
That's
249.
2019.
We're
Wow.
not even done with the year yet. We're still, close to the halfway mark. Do you know the
How
next
many?
amount? 249.
Holy shit!
All of them get reported like that. Like
Yeah.
international, like
Like,
nationally.
Paso?
So,
Yeah.
what do you think the next amount would be? If
Oh,
you had the shot in the dark, what do you think the next country? You don't have to say the country, but just the amount.
80.
Probably like 200.
The
Under
next
200.
country has 3.
Holy shit! Really?
Serious?
Okay. Yes, and these are countries, for the record, that are also big on gaming.
I was gonna
Um,
say, which country is that?
I'm trying to recognize the flag here. So it looks like the Italian flag. Italy. Yep, that's the Italian flag.
Let me see. Let me see.
3.
Let me see. Let me see. So that's Mexico.
That's Mexico? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where's the Italian flag? Yeah, it is Mexico. Oh, you take that
Yeah.
back. That is Mexico.
It's
Mexico.
a little blurry. The thing
Yeah,
they
it's a
have
little
is a little
blurry. Yeah.
blurry.
All right.
So
We can
yeah,
forgive
because
you.
I can't see the emblem in the middle. So yeah, Mexico 3, Canada
Dude,
1,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mexico,
Mexico.
the capital of
That's
the
right.
cartels
Correct. Yep.
and
Oh my
the
God.
thing.
Remember,
and
cartel
gangs.
deaths are not considered mass kill because this is
Yeah, true.
criminals killing themselves, right?
Right.
This
right.
is mass shootings, and so
Just
they have
killing innocents for the
Three.
sake of killing innocents.
249 to 3, right?
Oh
The
my
next country
God.
after that is 1, Canada. Brazil 1, France 1. And by the way, all these countries are big on gaming as well. So explain to me, how can gaming be the issue if it's not spreading over to these countries as well?
Right.
Is obviously it's an asimine argument essentially.
It
And
is.
the saddest part of it is that this is another another smoke screen, right?
Yep.
It's something else for us to talk
Raise a
about.
pitchfork. Yeah.
And we're gonna fight about it. What do you mean? You can't. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with that. Honestly, I don't even think the politicians believe it.
No.
No, they're not there to say to actually find an answer. They're there to point another direction.
Just
We need to
deflecting.
point this to another direction because we can't. We don't want it to go on to the problem where the problem is. And yes, I get it. I am a big supporter of gun ownership. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yes, that is a United States American right to do so.
Their arms.
However, okay, there are weapons we don't need. It's
Mhm.
simple. There are weapons you as a person in your home and you're protecting your family, you don't need. You know what I mean? And so and even still, that's not to say that we should take those away. Okay, but there has to be some sort of medium ground. There has to be. We have to meet in the middle somewhere because all we're doing is pushing everything off to the side, going. And here's the sad part: this happened on Saturday. My wife read it to me, and you know what I said? Oh, another one, huh? And
Jeez.
then the next one happened the following day, or maybe later on that day. And was that shocking? No, the shocking part was it. Oh man, we had two so close to each other.
Yeah.
That was a shocking part. We've become like numb to this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, the thing that frustrates the most is we're now focused on defending something that doesn't even need to be defended,
Mhm.
and we're forgetting what the problem is again. You know what I mean? And it's just that's what it is. We're falling for that smoke screen. That we're falling for and it's a shame. It's just like so this is and it's gonna happen again, right? Because we're 249 already into the year.
Mm.
At this rate, we're gonna have one within the next week.
Yeah.
Damn, this is August, right? That's 8 months.
Yeah.
That's
Count it. How many days?
240.
Yeah. Count how many days between now and then.
Yeah. The problem is
insane.
you don't want to attack the problem directly because you'll be attacking the organization that supports you the most, on your campaigns and stuff.
Correct. That's what the politicians. That's the problem with that is
Mm.
that they clearly I'm not even going to say a name. We're just going to say the lobbyists that want this to point in a different direction. We'll leave it at that.
The
Okay.
diverters.
Correct. We'll call it the divergence. Yeah. So they clearly want to do it. So and they are a powerful organization. Do you know that the gaming industry has lobbyists? Are you
Really?
aware of
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
The
of course.
ESA. The ESA is actually a group of lobbyists for gaming
Mm.
within the government. Do you know how much power they have?
No.
Almost none.
Almost done. Yeah.
They don't have money like that. Guess what? They also run or partly own E3. Well, what's happening with E3 right now?
It's the game.
It's slowly going
the-
away. Yeah.
no.
So when you have that's the problem. So you don't have the fight, or I should say, gaming doesn't have the fight that
Power.
correct doesn't have the fight that the other organization that obviously wants to deflect has. Before I mentioned this on the post when I brought this up, violence has always been pointed off to a different direction, right? You had way back it was always the comics, right? Comics
Mhm.
were oh, they're corrupting the minds of the youth,
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And you're not gonna get that today because I can tell you right now, Disney will be all up the government's ass like, I'm gonna need you to take that off the table. Um, So that's obviously off the table. Then it was music,
And it was
Yeah.
right?
music.
We have rock music, heavy metal, death metal, all this craziness. Oh, that's
Fuck yeah.
corrupting the minds. It's the reason why, whatever. So there's always something. There's always someone else to blame, but the one issue that needs to be addressed keeps getting swept under the rug.
Mm.
And honestly, we're kind of helping that, right? Because now we're talking about this.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about
I was
this
just thinking
to
about that as
defend
you
it.
said that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why when I got to the end of this week, the steam in my anger kind of left me, and it's because you know what? I spent this entire week upset about this and not realizing, you know what? I can put all this effort
Mm.
into, hey, we need to have something done, man. We have to have. We gotta do something. Again, I'm not saying take guns away, and I'm definitely not saying give guns to everybody. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there has to be some middle ground, man. There has to, and I think that the owners of these guns have to realize, dude, we're not trying to take your shit. We're not.
Yeah.
We don't just, but we want to stop this from happening. We have
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying, dude? My wife and I were talking about this, and I think about it all the time. It's like, man, dude, you hear, we almost got into an argument. Hear what sounds like gunshots, right, going off, dude. Drop, stay on the ground, drop. And there was this thing, my wife, no, he needs to run. It's like, no, you do not want to be a moving target. Drop to the floor. I know it's the scariest part of it, but you're going to catch the attention of this became a thing. You know what I mean? And it's every time it comes up, and it's just like you just don't know. And we thought about my mother-in-law, who's I told my with shootings at Walmart, right? That recently happened as
Mm.
well. They're at Walmart at a time when my mother-in-law cannot. She can. It'll take her like 5 minutes to get up from her bed to go to the bathroom, right? Because she just moves that slow. I told my wife, if you hear gunshots go, you're gonna take your mom and you're gonna throw her to the ground.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna shuffle her away because you know what I'm saying. So it became a thing where
Yeah.
we're talking about this, and that's what we need to focus on. Forget about the freaking game. We already know they're not gonna fucking take games away. They're not gonna whatever because it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't take comics away. They didn't take heavy metal away. They're not fucking take gaming away.
Mm.
Because
Gaming
if you
is
if
still a multi-billion-dollar industry. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
no, I guess if you start let's just use the word ban. If you start banning violent video games, it's just a start, all right? Because it could just very well snow because you're you're what's the word? You're infringing
Mm.
on somebody's on a person's ability to just say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Their freedom of speech. This
Cool.
is freedom of speech.
It's
They,
art.
they want
Hey,
to right.
and-
They want to
and,
they want
uh,
to crack down on it. In what way? We have ratings.
Exactly. That's why they're there. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not
Parents should be on top of this when it comes to
right.
that when it comes to that thing. I don't know if that can be the next thing that they can do, but it doesn't matter. That's not going to solve the problem.
Mm.
You can now list Call of Duty because of its new thing that they have with the incendiary
White phosphorus.
device, the
Yeah.
white phosphorus thing. You can put that and you know what? That's going to be AO. Okay. So now we have more games fitting into the AO. Does that stop mass shootings? No, it does not.
No.
It does not. It doesn't do anything
Yeah.
because that's where the problem's coming from. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that's not what it is. It's like everybody just keeps avoiding it, or rather, everybody keeps focusing on other topics. And I'm the one of them too, man. I spent the week just like hot about this. You know what I mean? And it's just sad, man.
Listen,
Oh,
the
but look at
ESA does not give money to the or barely gives any money. They don't lobby and give money towards the government. Hollywood doesn't do that either. The media, like all this, all these groups, they don't support, the government directly, whichever one is in power. I'm not gonna care who it is, right?
right.
So where's the incentive for them to be defended? No, they're gonna be the targets because hey, what's the closest thing? What's the
They're
oldest thing that we can focus our rage onto? Well, violent. It probably won't say comics now because, like you say, that's antiquated. But the new thing is, hey, violence. Oh, it's just kids. These kids are being desensitized to to the violence. Well, these kids also have it like ridiculously easy to gain guns.
They
So
do.
Yeah.
how about we start with that then? How
And
about how come
you
there's
wanna know
no control
what's
on that?
you wanna know what's really funny? Look
Mm.
at the knee-jerk reaction of stupid Walmart. It was just
Yes.
a news I didn't I was saving for now. I didn't want to say it then
Yeah.
because it pertains to this.
Go ahead.
But today Walmart comes out saying, with they're not gonna display any more violent video games. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but then to make it better, right? Their guns and ammo, everything is still there.
Yeah.
I lived in Delaware. Okay, you can go to Walmart and buy a fucking shotgun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Oh,
still
and
have there, but you're gonna take Mortal Kombat 11 off the shelf?
yeah. Oh, Mortal Kombat 11.
There you go.
Ripping necks out? No, we can't have that.
Yeah.
We can't have that. However, yes, we do have a sale on 9mm bullets and these Taurus handguns over here. By all means, please.
By all means,
Yes,
please.
you can
Help
bring
us
your
out.
children that
Yeah.
way as well. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Right?
It's stupid. It's a stupid thing. And frankly, fuck Walmart. You know what I mean? I don't buy from the I have a neighborhood Walmart I just buy groceries from. And lately I've been like, you know what? I don't even want to come here. You know, so I'm gonna come. And now I hear this, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pay more and go to Publix. You know, it's just what it comes down to. But yeah, that is the most ridiculous attempt to I don't know to
To
win
divert
public,
the
yeah,
attention
win
to
public
something that
attention.
has
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
to do with it?
exactly.
It's not even original. It's not even because I
No.
tell you again, they have been doing every mass shooter that has happened that have been covered like nationally. They always have brought the issue of, well, violence in video games, violence in video games. So listen, we understand. I understand. There's some video games that I will hesitate on playing because it might be too much. That's fine. That's not for me.
Yeah, because you're an adult. You're an adult who
Yeah, I get.
knows. Oh, you know what? I'm all right with this. But yeah, you have other adults that I'm okay with it because I know this is not real. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
So you're adult enough to understand that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And by the way, there. And I wanted to bring this up, and I'm not gonna go too much into it. But there was a direct correlation. I'm actually gonna post this article that I had used to gain some information, but there was actual direct correlation between the rise in popularity of violent video games, games that have gotten a little more mature and violent,
Uh,
and the actual reduction in youth violence. I mean,
yeah.
there's actual proof of this from a lot of these schools that do these studies,
No,
and
no,
yet
bad
there's
dog. It's
no,
video games, man. It's video games.
but no, there's no these same or other companies or schools and who've done the research still to date cannot find a direct correlation of someone who plays
Yeah.
these video games and will act violently
And
after.
violent acts.
Yeah, and the only thing that's there that will come in every so often is mental health. But you know what?
Yeah.
We can't talk about mental health. Can't
No.
do that. That's that's a taboo. That's a taboo subject.
Yeah.
And hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna go around calling people, I don't know, mentally ill, whatever the case may be.
Mm.
But every time you look at the one from El Paso, just look
Yeah.
it up. It's in the article.
But
History
honestly,
of mental issues.
Yeah.
Just saying.
let's talk about that for a moment. How mental issues are handled here. Like, and this goes actually for healthcare overall. Like how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
And it's not like they actually like treat you or anything. They just shove down a bunch of pills, go home. I'll see you next month or whatever, and refill your bottle.
Money, bro. Money.
You know what's not
Exactly.
expensive? Getting a gun. You can get a gun way easier, way cheaper than you can get the actual
Help you
care
need.
and that's
That's
what it
true.
comes down to. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
And someone with a mental health issue, you got to have an outlet. Where we all have outlets, right?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down. It's like, hey, I need an outlet.
Yeah.
Here we go. And yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting this topic to be long
Mhm.
because, like you mentioned before, it's an asinine comment, and it's an asinine point of view.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's an uneducated point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
To say
We'll
the
figure
least.
that out, huh?
Say the least.
Well, I mean, that's all I have to say on it, other than the fact that, guys, first off, I apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the sense that I got really inflamed when I saw it. And it was funny because it was shout out to Sparrowwolf. It was Sparrowwolf who started commenting on it because I didn't even know. I didn't know what he was. I heard him and we had a little chat group going, and I heard him say, "What is he talking about?" And then I found out. Oh, again, here we go again with this. You know what I mean? And that just lit me up, and that's why I got the topic. And I appreciate you guys jumping on board with it. Even though, like I said, in the end, we're just helping the smoke screen at this point. By focusing on that, not focusing on the fact that, guys, we just got to
Well,
get better when it comes to.
to be honest, we focused little on the actual video game comment
True, actually,
because
you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
we spoke about the guns, we spoke about the mental illness, we did speak about the video games because this is what we talk about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
You
we're
know,
gonna defend it,
of
right?
course.
Because that's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I don't think it's not a to me it's not a waste of time. That these are things that people should know, that people should hear about.
True that.
So
True.
yeah, I believe this. I believe our time is well spent here.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this week's Mouthful Podcast, episode 172 of the Mouthful Podcast.
Let's not forget it.
Let's not forget this, because then I will never hear the end of it.
Um,
As always, like I said before, please go to goodgame.tech, join the conversation there, and please, of course, like, subscribe, and more importantly, share the podcast with all your friends. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Chaos Reaper, what you got for us?
Guys, wait, am I finishing this or can I pass this on afterwards?
You're gonna pass it on afterwards, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure 'cause I don't want to say Dream and then Dream's just gonna say they're blank. Guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy all your video games. Listen to some metal and just fucking rock it out, guys.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Great.
That's what I'm
Take
talking
us
about.
home.
Take us home, Jimmy.
I'm gonna play some Witcher, of course.
Oh, I don't.
Even though it is a very violent game, I am so in love with
Fulfill.
that game. And I'd rather kill people in Fortnite than in real life. So there you go.
That's
I'm
what I'm talking
glad. I'm glad to hear that from you. I was so worried for a second.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
GG!